We're not going to dance for. You know what? We should have danced. Somebody asked me, William Robinson, who is with the Indianapolis Ballet, Don Steffy, who is the executive director of the ballet, is there going to be any twirling during this interview, during any dance? And I said, I didn't think so. And that's why we have the couch and the table out here. Maybe we should have left them back there. William,
I think
what do you
they'll
think?
just have to come see the show to
They'll
get
have
all
to
the
come see
twirls.
the show. Oh, doggone. Yeah, see, Willie, he's not warmed up. I mean, he's dressed for the occasion, obviously, but, you know, he hasn't done any stretching or anything like that. But we will talk about the Nutcracker and a lot of other events surrounding the Nutcracker with our guests today because, Don, not only do you have your traditional Nutcracker show, you have something shorter called Nutcracker Sweets that's coming up first on your December calendar.
We do. And not to disappoint you, through our conversation, we will probably be twirling around on different topics.
Okay.
So if that makes you feel more engaged,
absolutely,
have at it.
Now, and Don, I understand Don is a dancer too, or was a dancer perhaps. Is was the correct?
I guess so. Yes.
You're shaking. You're nodding your head there, Williams.
Well, once a dancer, you're always a dancer to one level.
I see. Okay.
But
that makes sense.
I retired my tights a number of years ago.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
But been back with the Indianapolis Ballet as the executive director for the last year and a half, and of course, I mean, this is the season. This is what a lot of people associate all of ballet with. This is, for some people, this is all they know about ballet is the Nutcracker.
And to your point, we kick off our performances on December 9th through the 11th at the Toby Theater at Newfields with a little 1-hour version for the little pips. It's called Nutcracker Sweets, and they would enjoy it. Really, it's a great time for the little ones whose feet can't quite reach the floor yet. But then after that, the full length, the Nutcracker at the Mirat Old National Center. That's the 16th through the 18th. Again, multiple performances. IndieBallet.org is where you find out the information and where you purchase your tickets.
Back to the sweets, and the reason for this, again, it's for kids whose feet can't quite touch the floor, but also who might not be able to sit still through an entire performance. That's kind of difficult for the little ones.
Yeah, sometimes it is, and the nice thing, basically this is what we call Act 2 of Nutcracker. So it has all the familiar dances that children are familiar with, or they've at least heard the music through any store that they've been shopping, elevators, where have you. They would get to know this music, and there they are. And of course, for them, the excitement of the Sugar Plum Fairy, who appears throughout the second act, is key.
That is, absolutely. Now, William, in his second season with the Indianapolis Ballet, did I hear you give this guy a name earlier?
Yes, this is George.
George.
Named after George Balanchine, prolific ballet. What's a great word to describe George Balanchine? Ingenue.
Okay, there you go.
Inspiration to several. Choreographed one of the first Nutcrackers to premiere in America.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is George. I get to put him on a couple times in the coming weeks and dance for audiences around Indianapolis.
Second season with the Indianapolis Ballet, but you probably wanted to dance, what, all your life? Has this been always been an aspiration?
This has always been the dream ever since I was 18 months, actually, is when I started.
18 months?
And
wow.
I'm very fortunate to be sitting here today talking about the Nutcracker and this being my career.
Now, how do you end up, because you did not go to college here, I take it you're not from Indiana
I am not.
originally. How does one end up in the Indianapolis Ballet, or with any ballet company? Is this just something, I mean, you go looking for jobs, I guess, if this is what you want to do?
Very similar to anyone else's job hunt.
Yeah.
You do your research, you think of what cities you might want to live in, the community that you're looking for, and then you apply. And for ballet, you do a couple auditions, a couple videos, and you wait and twiddle your thumbs for a couple weeks and then hope you got a job. But I was very fortunate to get this job right out of college. So. And
of course, this is a special time for the performers too, for the company to put on this show that is so beloved, I would imagine.
Yes, Nutcracker is as stressful as it can seem for the artist behind the scenes.
Yeah.
It is my personal favorite. It's one of the only ballets that most professional dancers get to do every year. It's a great benchmark. You can always check in with yourself from where you were last season to where you are this year, and to watch your coworkers and peers progress through other roles as well.
And the other, let me just point out for William, that this is not his only role in the Nutcracker.
Okay.
So our listening audience would really, it would be great for them to come to as many performances as they can, but whenever they come, Will be on stage, and he dances many, many roles, which is great. You know, it's a variety for the dancers too, a challenge for the dancers. And the other thing, when you were talking, Will, for me, as a former dancer, one of the joys, one of my highest joys, is to be able to give another artist work. So for Indianapolis Ballet, it's a great thing. It's one of the elements that we're extremely proud of, not only the quality of the ballet, giving to the community, but being able to give people work. It's, in the arts, it's great. When you were talking about the wee people and our Nutcracker Sweets, somewhere between wee people and sort of young people, we offer on the Saturday of our full-length Nutcracker a tea to meet dancers, story time, learn a little bit about the ballet, and that takes place at the Athenaeum across the street from the Murat. Again, that detail is online, indieballet.org. But Nutcracker Tea, people can sign up and participate in that. It's just another added festiveness to the season.
Absolutely. So indieballet.org, that's where you go for all the information to get your tickets to whether it's the Nutcracker Sweets, the full Nutcracker, the Nutcracker Tea. We'll have all that info at WRTV.com. And go see William, our Nutcracker here, or in whatever role he might be. William Robinson with the Indianapolis Ballet, and Don Steffy, who's the Executive Director. Gentlemen, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
If you like that video and want more good stuff happening in Indy, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. And I did a really cool interview about A Christmas Story, the musical, that's playing in Carmel right now. If you'd like to see that, click on that video right there.